Mason Crosby set to do the honors here. Just about time to rock as Toe gets ready to meet leather. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Four down.
Set! Blue 90!
26, Mike, 26.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he will find his man on the outside. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Way to go, guys.
And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here on first down. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
So much for coming out throwing as it leads to an early second down and long.
Tight end right.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
Number 6.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Hey, let's make
We
it
talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense, too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
54, right there. 54, Mike.
Now back to throw. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
Sit up. 180.
3 down. Odd.
Hey, gotta go.
Hey, motion backfield.
Now a handoff looking right. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
Nowhere. All day, baby. Good stop.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Tight ends on the Ringo.
Red's up.
3 down. Hey.
Play action. Now Trubisky. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Trey Burton, his first touchdown at the Bears uniform. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that makes the score 7-0. Crosby on now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Green 39.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
Strong right. Strong right. 4 down.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated. Right now.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Watch tight end.
There you go. We got. You see it? You see it? Up. 180.
Kill.
Blue.
The mic.
18.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
18.
90 is a mic.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. Completion left side to Miller. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Here's Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Outside's coming. I'm going to hit you all day, baby. Tight end left.
Blue, blue, blue.
We got three down.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Let's go.
We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
180. We're go. Let's go.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Let's get it.
Let's go.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. 3 down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a fourth down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And Crosby puts it through, and that will make it 10-0 here in the first. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
So out come the Falcons now. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Trying to get that in the hands of Devontae Freeman that time. That'll bring up second down.
Certainly looked like maybe his third or his fourth read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Detroit! Eyes on 85.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Kenny Golladay is intended receiver. And it's third down. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on third down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. This is taken at the 18. Now, a nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Bears take over. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Set up. 180.
58, boys. 58. 58.
Lock in. Lock in.
Watch the out. Watch the out. Shit.
Blue, blue, blue. Red, red's up.
Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip.
Red, red's up.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2.
Let's go, let's go.
Jam him, jam him, jam him.
Red, red's up. We're go, let's go. Blue, blue, blue. Red, red's up.
90 is a mic.
Red, red's up.
Here's Trubisky to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right side. It got his man complete. A gain of 32 that time.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
18. Set up. 180. Lock in, lock in. 18.
On first down, Trubisky. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Tech McKinley in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Tight end's right.
Hey, 18.
Play action. It's Trubisky. Looking deep for Gabriel. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Tight ends on the Ringo.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. To the right and complete to Galladay. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Gain of 2 on the play.
Hey, watch edge, watch edge.
Gun! Here we go now. 3-19.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Bowman. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. The quick slant, good for a first down, a gain of 12.
Watch it now, Barney.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He sets to fire deep. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Barney.
All day, dog.
Back to throw here. Steps away to his left. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
Circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. Third down. He'll look to throw. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
Get him, boys. Get him, boys.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
97.
They'll set up a throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
He's coming, double up. Check now.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. The Falcons on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
That's it, baby. Watch tight end. 4 down, 4 down.
Back to throw now on first down. Throw left side taken in by Galladay. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. This quarterback now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10.
Gun!
We would like to remind you that players and sides that are deemed
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
Watch it now, Barney!
Check number 6.
He'll drop to throw. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
They're going to look to throw. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They come out here in the eye. They'll go with the keeper. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in, and they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
He's going to get it running right. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman taking it in. And the Falcons draw a bit closer. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
90 is a mic. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Safe, safe, safe.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
This is caught inside the 15. A big play there just before halftime, and even 60 yards. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And the Falcons going to use another timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Blue, blue. 3 down, 3 down. 180. 3 down, 3 down. Switch, switch, switch. Kill, 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 kill. Hey, turn it up, turn it up. Red, red's up. Watch the slant, watch the slant. Red, red's up.
Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
180. Hey, 18, 18, 18.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And this is going to be incomplete. The linebacker, Telvin Smith, able to get a hand on it there.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And Crosby puts it through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to launch this thing. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing deep for Galladay. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Number 6 can't complete the pass.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Trips over here. That's overload. Overload.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
AT's moving.
Hold on.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to let this one go deep. And, oh, it'll be intercepted.
Crash.
Eddie Jackson picks it.
Hot, 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 hot. Hot, hot, hot.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go.
We're go. Let's go.
All day, every day.
Lock in.
Tighten up. 90 is a mic.
Red's up. Red's up. Red's up.
Final play of the half, it's Trubisky.
Let's see what you got.
And that is incomplete. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
Move.
Red's up. White 80.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Tackle made by the second-round pick, Isaiah Oliver.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Red's up.
Play action. Now Trubisky. Open man there is Patterson, complete. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion.
And a key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, third down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3-and-out.
Red, up.
58, right over there, right over
Hey, 18.
right there.
Looking to throw Trubisky on first down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
18.
On second down, here's Trubisky. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there, almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off, didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Hey, guys, check me out. We got 3 down, but we got to stand up over there. 25.
Red, up.
Check 25. Watch out.
Blue.
90 is
18.
Oh, yeah.
2nd and 10 now. It's Trubisky. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Trubisky now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
3 down.
Stop. 180.
Alert flare.
And they'll run it here. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
We're go. Let's go.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again. Check your hot read.
Blue.
90 is a Mike. All day.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Stop. 180. Blue.
58's the Mike. 58's the Mike.
Hey, gotta go.
On 3rd down, it's Jacobs, and he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
Red, up.
Watch tight. Tight end right.
Lock in. Red, up.
3 down.
Red, up.
Eyes on 10.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, You'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Gotta go, gotta go.
It's our field.
He's going to get it running right. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
You see it, you see it?
Tight end's right. 3 down, 3 down.
On 3rd down, it's Jacobs. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. It's a 6-yard carry. It does put him just a few yards short of the goal line, but 4th down coming up. And Crosby puts it through, and now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they still have time to get them established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
97's the mic.
They'll look to throw here. He's got a man, complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 46 yards.
Gone!
Back
now here on EA Sports.
Fans, it's time once again for the EA Sports Game Day Giveaway. Congratulations to the person seated in Section 25 or 22, Seat 1. You have won a Game Boy jersey of your choice at the Stadium Souvenir Shop. Please stop by the Souvenir Shop on the lower level at the conclusion of the game to pick up your prize.
Tight right.
Don't forget to bring your ticket.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Flush to his right, and he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
And that's incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Set! Blue 90!
Now back to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player. It looked good when it left his foot, but he kind of sliced it a little bit, and he winds up missing it wide right.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 42.
Alert, alert. 3 down.
Now they try the right side here. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Let's go,
I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Blue, blue.
You got tight right there.
Sit up. 180.
Now they'll run it on the toss. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
18.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. Throw right side, caught by Davis. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
And Crosby puts it through, and that will give them a 12-point lead. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And here now come the Falcons.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
18, I got you, 18.
Now let's go. 319. 319.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flushed out right. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make this a 2nd down. 2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Tight end right.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Move.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Escaping the pressure right. Looking downfield for Joe. This is caught at the 20. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 61 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Single receiver.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Pass incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll drop the throw. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a 4th down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play. You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The Bears on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing here, Trubisky. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Here comes the Bears punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And he'll take it just outside the 40. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They are on to the 4th quarter in Jacksonville. And the Jaguars have scored again, so they are in the driver's seat big time in that one. A win would be their 2nd on the young season.
Single. Check motion.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter, and find their way open.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Boom! That's how we
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. The Falcons on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and forever.
Detroit! Gun!
26, Mike. 26, Mike.
All right, now, lucky 56.
Looking to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 49. And it's a huge return as he brings this all the way back down to the 15-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Back. Blue.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
Number 2 gets the ball
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Hands up.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
We're go. Let's go.
Tight end right.
Red, up.
Odd.
18.
Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. Throw left side, taken in by Miller. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Now, that's a big pickup right there, and so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking on play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
Second, third levels, you could see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. Now, a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Let's go.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Here's Trubisky to throw. And, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Now Trubisky. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson from 4 yards out. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Crosby on now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Being chased out left. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. It's caught. Jones. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. As they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons cut into that lead. And that was really just a great battle for that football on both sides. The result is a touchdown.
Ordinarily, I'd like to say it was a win-win, But it really wasn't, because the defender, while he was there with excellent coverage, he didn't get the benefit, did he?
But he's not going to get chewed up in film session, will he?
No, he was right there. They'll tell him, okay, of course you need to knock the ball away, but they won't be too upset with him. He did his job for the most part.
So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Bears, and it appears they're going to win this game. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
We're go, let's go.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Red's up.
Hey, 4 down.
Red's up.
Looky here, Trubisky wants to throw it. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
We got 3.
Set up. 180.
Joker.
Red's up. Red's up.
Watch the shit. Hey,
Hey, 18. Gotta go.
hey. He's coming to you. Motion. Hey.
Play action. It's Trubisky. Looking deep for Gabriel. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by DeMonte Casey. And that will write a finish to this ball game.